Hello everyone, and welcome to my Zone 6A garden. I live in southern Ontario, Canada, where we have a 4-season interest garden: winter, spring, summer, and fall. In the summer, I like to grow a lot of cut flowers in our kitchen garden area, where we also grow and preserve many vegetables. So I'm going to take you for a little tour, starting in the backyard here. This is the north side of our house. We have a beautiful viburnum that blooms in the spring. There are lots of hostas. There's a summer wine 9-bark, hellebore, periwinkle, Solomon seal, painted fern, bleeding heart. There's a large grass, Gracillimus, Miscanthus gracillimus on the one side, a blue point juniper, and a beautiful red heuchera. So I like to play off the different foliage colors as well as the textures that are offered in shade plants for this garden here. Now this is what it looks like in the fall. Got some beautiful red from the viburnum, and in the winter here. So turning towards the east, this is what I like to call the sunrise garden. The sun rises behind it, and this is what it looks like in the mid to late spring. So this is a new garden area that I started from scratch about 3 years ago. So we started with adding the sun sprite magnolia here. Now the Norway maple was already here. So my goal is to create a 4-season garden, getting some interest in each of the seasons, and it's a big job to come up with all the different plants. So we have a Crimson Queen Japanese maple there, as well as different perennials in the colors of blue, burgundy, green, and chartreuse, which is like a yellowy kind of green. This is what it looks like later. It's about late spring, early summer, and then again in the fall, the color there, and the winter. So moving on to the front garden, this is the south-facing garden. On the one side, we have 3 tamarack or larch trees, which provide a little bit of a shaded area on the one side. I love the foliage of these trees. They are deciduous, and the birds and squirrels like to nest underneath these trees. This garden has a lot of spring interests. It starts with the daffodils, which is followed by the tulips, and then we have a lot of allium planted in there as well. This garden also features a boxwood hedge, lots of boxwood, lavender, some David Austin roses, which I just added in last year. They are so beautiful, and I'd love to grow my collection of David Austin roses in this garden. We have a black lace elderberry on the one side as well. So moving on to the last garden, this is the northwest side of our property. This area we decided to make into a kitchen garden. So it's been 3-4 years in the making. We cut every picket out by hand. We painted them all, added some raised beds last summer. This spring, I planted a new no-dig perennial area in front of the garden here, and my husband built some more raised beds to add into this area. This is the New Dawn climbing rose. It's very beautiful. It's climbing over the arbor at the entrance of the kitchen garden here. Here's a bit of an overview of the layout. To the left is our previous planting area. There's a lot of perennials like raspberries, herb garden, that sort of thing. So here is some footage of the kitchen garden this spring. It's a work in progress. Some cut flowers in here as well. Love to make some cut flower bouquets to make for people in need. This is our dog Maple. She's in the video because she's always in the garden with me here. So just giving you one more overview of the kitchen garden from up above here. So we like to grow a good amount of vegetables that we can preserve in the summertime, so that we don't have to rely so much upon purchasing from the grocery store. Here's the kitchen garden from a distance. So ducks, we've added ducks into the garden as well. They help eat slugs, lots of them, snails. They were a good investment for the garden. So here it is in the winter. I hope you enjoyed this tour, friends. Thank you so much for stopping by my garden.